Well, get yourself a cup of coffee. We're hanging out in the fish house. Gorgeous day today. I've had the heat off since 9:30 this morning. So when I got out here this morning, I lit the heater for a little while, got the chill out of the place. But once that sun took over, I actually keep opening the door because temperature is too warm in here. Outside, there's a little bit of a breeze, but this fish house is an incredible solar heater. I was starting to call it a greenhouse. I guess it really is a greenhouse. Because even without the little heater going, this place is too warm. I put the vent in up here to take care of fumes, but I think it's more going to be open to let some heat out. Well, I'm trying something different today. I didn't stop at the bait store. I had a bunch of frozen suckers left over from last spring. If I brought live bait, then I would put it on. And I wanted to test something out today. I wanted to test out them 6-inch suckers on these. There's northern pike in here, northern pike and big bass. Well, so far the experiment's not going that great. I have got no flags, but I'm sitting here jigging, so maybe it's just an off day, who knows. I'm hungry. I brought a cup of soup, but the cup of soup depends on me running that heater and get some hot water. Well, so far that hasn't worked out. I'm kicking the door open, let some heat out. My goodness, I can't believe. I think, well, this fish house is made with 16 mil tarp, which obviously is really holding the heat in. And the other thing, can't quite figure out. I know this window. I turned the shack so I got full southern exposure when I set the shack here. So most of the heat's probably coming in this big window over here, solar. But holy smokes. I like to be warm, but I don't like to be hot. Wish I'd thrown in some snacks. I'll be out tomorrow. I bet I'd bring some snacks with me tomorrow.
A gun without a bullet is nothing more than a paperweight. So, throw me a bone, would you? Reach over and hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up if you like today's video.
It's 1 o'clock right now. I expect some action around 2 to dark. My brother-in-law helped me put the fish house out. He brought all kinds of snacks with him. Guess he should have showed up today with his bag of snacks. Yep, got a snowmobile. You know, when they sneak in from the back, a lot of times you like to think that it's game warden, because most of the time it is. They come in wide and kind of keep an eye on everything, and then when they get fairly close to you, then they turn straight and come right in on you. But it looks like he's just going by. I almost left without my fishing license this morning. Guess I can open the window. Let's see if that helps. Gives me a good bird's eye view of what's going on out there anyways. The last time I fished here, we went home with about 20 pounds of fish. Pike and bass. I was hoping to get one big bass today because I'm in the mood for some fish nuggets. So I put them big suckers about 2 feet off bottom. I was hoping that would work, because I got half a freezer full of dead bait. We'll see. I had to say, we got about 18 inches of snow. Give or take, kind of depends on where you stand. I had to shovel the snowbank this morning so I could get up over it with the snow dog and all the fishing stuff to get out here. But once I got out here, I've got a very nice fish house. It took a heck of a beating. That snowstorm with the high winds, they were 50 mile an hour plus. The ropes were all loose. I got it tied down all 4 corners. The fish house slid over a foot. I'll be banking it up with snow before I leave today. That'll help. I got a hole directly under the shack. That'll help keep that open. Because I've also got a floorboard that I put in. And I guess I'll bring it up and see what's going on. Well, nothing. Still got my bait. Today, this video this week's doing pretty good. You guys are liking this one. You know, you do these videos and you never know. Yeah. You know, I do a video and I say, oh, they're gonna like this one. And then the thing gets no views at all. Then you do one that's just what you think's not going to do anything at all, and it goes through the roof. So, I guess I haven't figured out quite what you guys like yet. But I know I got a lot of subscribers that like talking about the cabin. I've got one reason for you to belong to this channel. This is the second one of these fish that I've caught in the last 2 days. This is an 8-pound lake trout, 27 inches long. So subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of stuff. This is all that this channel is about. Fishing, hunting, anything to do with the great outdoors is what I cover in this channel. So I'm looking forward to meeting you. Subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, and you have a great day. I was a nomad probably 30 years. All I had was a tent. And I traveled all over the state of Maine. That's what I stayed in. I never thought that I would like a stationary cabin. But the older I got, you know, sleeping on the ground got tougher. And so I decided to buy the cabin. Turns out it was one of the best decisions I made in my fishing and hunting career. I enjoy the cabin, but they are a lot of work. You know, when you're mobile, or when you are a nomad. Got hung up on the ice. I thought I had a bite. When you're a nomad, you know, but there's a lot of work with that too, you know. Packing all that gear everywhere you go, unpacking, finding a place to go. You know, there's a lot of work with that too. But with the cabin, I've got so much land around to hunt and so much lake in front of me that I'll be the rest of my life figuring it out. But that being said, you know, if you're thinking about getting a cabin, you know, there's some things to think about when you go look at them. You know, don't just go look at them and, oh, I like that place, and that's the one I'm going to go with, you know. Put a little thought into it. Or walk around. One thing, check the ground, you know, if you can. Springtime and late fall is the best time. And make sure I'm charging. I mean, recording. You know, check for wet ground, stuff like that. Check the pads under the cabin. See if they're all out of whack. You know, not level, twisted and turned. Then that's probably a cabin that's going to require a lot of maintenance. So something to think about when you're looking at a cabin. Same thing with the driveway, stuff like that. Driveway in, if that's what you have and want. Driveway is another one that's going to be a thing that you're going to have to maintain. What I liked about my cabin is it's sitting up on a hill. I like anything that sits up on a hill. Good drainage. I'm sitting on a gravel pit. Most of the hill. My cabin itself, what they did was they didn't push off the topsoil and lay in some good gravel when they built the cabin. All they did was build the cabin right on top of the ground. So it moves around because of that. Whereas if they'd pushed off a couple feet of gravel, a couple feet of topsoil and got down to the good stuff, and then laid in some really good stuff, then like out in the center of my driveway is great. That's nothing but a gravel pit. But they pushed the cabin back as far as they can, or could, because of the hill. Needed to have a parking spot. And I like where it's setting. To me, it's a great location. But, you know, think about that stuff when you're placing your cabin. You know, don't just go in and oh, this is a good spot. Walk your land. Walk it corner to corner. And figure out where the best spot is. Driest spot. Highest spot. Is it good for the driveway? Stuff like that. Check the view. Make sure you're looking at something that you want to look at. Then once you figured out where you want to put it, now you got to locate a grounds guy or somebody that'll put your driveway in. Stuff like that. The easiest way to figure out a new area, if you've moved into the state of Maine, and now you're looking for either a carpenter or a builder, or you're looking for a grounds guy that can do the landscape work, you know, the driveway, and nowadays septic system, stuff like that. Put in a well, all that. Just go to the town office. Somebody in the town office will know what's going on. They'll know somebody in town that does the groundwork, does the well. And that's the easiest way for you to cut some corners and figure out who's local that's fair and honest, and will get the job done for you. There you go. I was fishing today with dead suckers about 8 inches long. This guy weighs 8 pounds, a little over 8 pounds. Yeah. Up close and personal. Shoot. Look how pretty he is. Big tail. He's starting to freeze up. There you go. So I guess the dead bait works on these guys. That's what I was kind of hoping for. I didn't really want a bunch of small ones today, just because, yeah, it's fun to catch them and all that. But I was hoping for something between 8 and 10 pounds. So here's an 8-pounder. That's good. It's 4 o'clock. I'm going to fish for another, well, it gets dark around 5 o'clock, so I'm going to fish for another hour. I didn't get any bites at all this morning, but I was thinking between 2 and dark something might come in. And I actually had 2 flags. I caught this one, and then I put an 8-inch sucker on again, and before I got back to the fish house, the flag was up again. So, but I didn't catch that one. But anyways, I had another bite. So I think there's another one in the area. So I believe I'll get some fish nuggets out of this one. Today was a success. I did not spend any money on bait, so that saves me a few dollars. And that makes this fish free, except for my time to get him. So, but what a beautiful fish. He's a big one. He got me right by the glove now. But there's a lot of meat on there, so that will be fun. Now I've got to send some pictures to the boys. That ought to get them all riled up. So, if I don't see you again, I'll see you next week. The fishing was great.